Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Bad Takes Podcast. Or if you're new here, welcome to the Bad Takes Podcast. I'm your host, and I'm trying a new joke, where I just come... Welcome back to the Bad Takes Podcast, the greatest podcast in the galaxy. Today, we're going to keep with the theme. I don't know if people are liking it. I don't know if people are vibing with it, but we have been on a pedophile train. We've been doing nothing but researching pedophiles. We did EDP, we did Austin Jones, and now the finale, hopefully, of the pedophile saga is with quite a bang, I might say. Quite a bang of an ender. Hopefully after this, I can move to different type of video essay type of podcast, but I wanted to do a 3-piece of pedophile content. Today, we're doing an episode on none other than Romeo Lacoste. Now, that name might ring a bell. Romeo Lacoste was big in the YouTube space. He was a big tattoo artist. He was also a big pedophile. So let's start. His full name, Romeo Lacoste. He is Canadian American. He's one of us. He is a tattoo artist / YouTuber, and his personality is fucking creepy and weird. Here's his early life. Romeo Lacoste was born in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, not too far from where I am right now, on the 19th of January, 1989. From an early age, he had developed an interest in the arts, music, and making poor life choices. With time and age, this passion would evolve into an interest for the art of tattooing. Despite the warnings of his family, according to Romeo, they were extremely, extremely Christian, and especially against him becoming a tattoo artist. His mother had hoped he would become an architect or commit to something stable, yet still creative. Naturally, at the age of 17, he purchased a tattoo kit off eBay and tattooed his own leg in defiance of what his parents wanted, which he would later in life have removed by laser because he was and is really bad at his job. Now, if you look at a picture of Romeo Lacoste, you're going to see he's covered in tattoos. I would think the very first one you would keep, because it's like, this is my first tattoo I ever did in my whole life. But that's just me. Maybe I'm retarded. I have no idea. Until one eventually took him in. Oh, I just cut a lot of this off. Sorry. So he was not able to find a tattoo jobbing opportunity. He was what we call a lost cause. He was applying to different places. He wasn't able to find a job until one eventually took him in like a wounded puppy. They would later fire him though, leaving him working a regular job for another year until eventually applying at the same 40 that previously rejected him, until a different parlor relented and took him in. According to Romeo, in an eventual interview with Tom Ward for Forbes, he said, quote, "I was doing construction and landscaping at the same time. I would do construction from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then just go to the tattoo shop and intern until 10 or 11 p.m. And I would alternate between that and landscaping." This guy was a big hustler, dude. He would literally do construction and landscaping, and then he would finish at 5, and then he would go home, I guess, shower, and then he would go to the tattoo shop until 10 or 11 p.m. and then do that every day. That is dedication. I respect that. That's pretty awesome. That's probably the only thing I'm going to say I respect from this guy. Through the 2009 to 2011 era, he spent his time reaching out to various social media influencers and public figures in any way he was able to. Romeo built the basis of his entire career off scouting out potential clients by taking the Amtrak from San Diego to Los Angeles, which comes in at about 190 kilometers of creeping around. And it was there, the City of Angels, that he took that he would look for figures he would recognize as having any form of significant online presence. He said, quote, I started going on social media. I started, just finding people and celebrities with followers and saying, hey, I'll tattoo you for free. Just shout me out. I want to build up my Instagram. If you got a message from some random person saying, hey, I want to tattoo you for free, just shout me out on Instagram. Don't fucking trust that. What the fuck? Hey, I'm going to come to your house and tattoo you. He just would go to people's houses. When asked where he would tattoo people, since he had no parlor himself, he replied that he simply found people's houses and asked to do home jobs. He said, quote, when I found people with big enough followings, I would go to their house. Keeping in line with his goal of building his social media presence, he would film weird vines out of his car, including classics such as biting his lip and staring into the camera to the soundtrack of 50 Shades of Grey, like this. Come on. Come on, girl. Filming the aftermath of a dog pissing on him and making sexual comments about women in public. As quoted in this particular Vine compilation. There was like a compilation, whatever, but I don't know if I want to go through it. He said, quote, God damn, look at that girl. Baby. He was a pretty cool guy. Here is that, actually. I think here is the Vine compilation.
God damn, look at that girl. Baby. Hi.
And he would always wear a fucking fedora. This stupid homo. Celebrity tattoos. What truly began the growth of his channel and his exposure to the young girls he would come to groom was the tattooing of YouTubers Kian Lawley and JC Kalen. In the same Tom Ward interview for Forbes, he commented on this, quote, they hit me up randomly on, I gotta change the voice. He's just a scrawny, high-pitched, and well, I'm just gonna keep the voice. They hit me up randomly on Twitter. I was like, what are YouTubers? That's gay. That's just a gay voice. What are YouTubers? This was before it was a thing. I was like, who is this kid with 800,000 followers? His activity was through the roof. I was like, I don't know who he is, but I've got to tattoo him. According to Romeo, he got involved with YouTubers at the perfect time, as it opened him up to an entire social circle of famous kids aged 17 or lower, and he would begin waiting for them to turn 18. Quote, it's crazy the way things happen. I got involved with the YouTubers at the perfect time. They all started turning 18 at the same time. I started with one and they started telling all their friends. So I became the go-to guy for the YouTubers. My Instagram started going through the roof. Every time I would tattoo one of them, I'd get 10,000 to 20,000 followers. They all started turning 18 at the same time. I think he's referencing that because, at least here in North America, you need to be 18 years old in order to get a tattoo without signature from your parents. If I'm sure or not. I don't know. I got my first tattoo when I was 16 years old. So, yeah. Eventually, his climbing of the social ladder and grifting / leeching off those with online influence would land him with an after hours tattoo session for none other than, drumroll please, Ariana Grande. Something his parlor did not appreciate. According to him, they even fired him for doing it. Quote, when I tattooed Ariana Grande, they were mad because she was there after hours. They didn't even know who she was. They were just older grumpy dudes. They actually got mad at and told me, you're not really good fit for the shop. So they let me go. This guy, I'm about to read you guys a fucking list, okay? Of all the people he has tattooed. I want you to like the video when you realize what one of the names are. I'll get there in a second. But he would not let this affect him. as he set his eyes on expanding his influence even further, something that was sparked on for him by the slogan, "No breaks." He got tattooed on himself. Quote, "I started realizing that I had something going on here." This voice is so bad. "There was no one tattooing YouTubers. There was no one really known for tattooing celebrities. There was no one out there with personality. I had something that no one else could replicate. I started networking and hitting up YouTubers and rappers. I trade tattoos for promo." End quote. Romeo was not lacking in ego. According to himself, he constantly boasts about how many followers he has on Instagram, how no one else is out there doing what he's doing, and that his personality is unique amongst the scene, and that's why he succeeds. From 2015 onwards, he would begin to tattoo increasingly high-profile celebrities and figures who had a wide reach and a massing of fans that were primarily underage. I want you to like the video when you recognize one of these names: Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Kendall Jenner, the Dolan Twins, PewDiePie, Ty Dolla $ign, DJ Mustard, Sophia Richie, and James Charles. That's just a small list. There's also FaZe Banks. There's Tfue. He literally tattooed almost the entirety of Hollywood. He was that guy. He actually was that guy. Other prominent celebrities include Kendrick Lamar, Pentatonix, the 1975, Marshmello, Kodak Black, Jeffree Star, Rice Gum, Jake Paul, KSI, Soulja Boy, Ninja, and Sway Lee. That's just literally the tip of the iceberg. Everybody would go to this guy. He literally became that guy. It was insane. Unfortunately for the kids of Los Angeles, his popularity skyrocketed. His already inflated... I put a pause in there for no reason. Unfortunately for the kids of Los Angeles, his popularity skyrocketed, his already inflated ego, and he would begin to add grooming minors to his list of goals. The accusations. On March 16th, 2019, a Twitter user by the name of Yellow Chair posted a thread involving several screenshots, videos, and messages from Romeo Lacoste that painted him as a child predator. In the same thread, another account by the name of Ultra Honey would post notes detailing her previous relationship with Romeo Lacoste. Ultra Honey specifically would go on to be interviewed by none other than Killer Keemstar, Daniel Killer Keemstar Keem. The first account, Yellow Chair, discussed how they had a group chat full of minors that Romeo was involved in. Quote, A few years ago, my friends and I made a group chat called Romeo's Fruit Cups. One of the girls and I talked more than the others and realized how Romeo would talk to us. Seemed off. I was 15 and she was 14 at the time. Goo goo gaga. Okay, there's no goo gaga in there. I threw that in. End quote. Having a feeling that something was wrong in the way he treated these two girls, they would go on to create a separate account and message him privately to see how he would react in turn. Knowing they were underage but separated from the group, according to Yellow Star, it did not go well. Quote, Romeo knew I was underage, yet talked inappropriately. He wanted me and the girl to make a dirty group chat for him with other people. He asked for my number and a lot went on there. End quote. So they had a group chat called Romeo's Fruit Cups. Hey guys, head over to Discord. I have a Discord right now called Doron's Fruit Cups. That is fucking disgusting. Literally a group chat called Romeo's Fruit Cups with a bunch of girls that were his biggest fans. So these two girls left the group chat, made a new account, and messaged him like separate, like from the account, to see how he would message them away from the group chat. Romeo started off by questioning who this new account was. As naturally, according to him, he had so many fan accounts dedicated to him that it was very hard to keep up and respond to everyone. Upon confirming that it was a previous young girl who was a member of Romeo's Fruit Cups, he sends a photo of himself with Mickey Mouse at Disney World. To confirm he is, unfortunately, the one and only Romeo Lacoste, and that she is special for getting to exclusively talk to him. This is the photo of him at Disney World. Let me know what you think about that. Hey, it's me, Romeo Lacoste, with your favorite little Mickey Mouse. Fucking disgusting. Actually, the most disgusting person ever. So the message starts off like this from the fan. She says, I'm still a Romeo account. I never left. Promise? Oh, heart eye emoji, heart eye emoji, heart eye emoji. Why you have so many accounts, Lamau? Oops, sorry about that. And sorry, haha. I'll make sure you don't get confused again. It's just these 2 accounts I have. You have like 3. Good. I thought I lost you. You're my favorite, remember? I don't DM or reply to anyone else. Hardly. This is a common theme. If you guys watched the last episode of Bad Takes, episode 121 or 122 or something, where we talked about Austin Jones. This is a very familiar thing. And even with EDP, I don't really talk to fans. You're lucky I'm talking to you, all that stuff. It's just a normal thing that pedophiles do because they want to make you feel like you're special. It's awesome. And she says, damn, really? Lol, yes. You're my favorite fangirl. I told you. From here, oh yeah, here, I'm going to put the picture of Mickey Mouse on screen. You guys can look at that. From here, all the messages begin to quickly become more creepy as he discusses plans for his upcoming videos and tattoos with a minor, continuing to remind her of the fame and influence he holds while slowly steering the conversation towards the sexual nature that he's known for before he accidentally makes a mistake and calls her baby. Immediately after this, he pivots to asking if she was, quote, taking dick in a photo she disliked. Romeo quickly makes every conversation and comment sexual. Here are those, by the way. You'd like drawing and tattoo videos too? Hell yeah! You should try it and see how it goes. And if everybody likes it, you should continue doing more once in a while. I will do it once in a while because it's fun. Nice photo, by the way, baby. By the way, haha, in the group chat. Oh my god, shut up. I hate that picture so much, Lamau. What were you doing? Taking dick? Yeah, the 14-year-old was taking dick, buddy. I fucking hate you. Lamau. Only when daddy hits you up. Actually, that face was funny. It's like you saw a small dick and wasn't impressed. Oops. I promise you when I'm single, you're the first person I hit up. Trust me. You're my favorite. You're my fave. I want it. Want me to add you back to the fruit cup group chat? I'm trying here, guys. I'm trying, but this pedophile stuff, it always stunts my mind so much that I feel like I can't even speak. Like, he's talking to literally a 14 or 15-year-old girl. And then he starts and he calls her baby accidentally. Oh, that was an accident. And then he asks her if she's taking dick in a picture where she makes a funny face, and starts talking to her about being a small dick and not impressed or whatever. It's retarded, dude. Does that make you happy? Knowing you're the first girl I'd hit up over anyone else? And yeah, accident. So I guess she's like, did you mean to call me baby? And he's like, yeah, it was an accident. At this point, Yellow Star says Romeo started to escalate the situation and become increasingly sexual and demanding with his requests. He requested the two kids do things together in a sexual group chat, as can be seen in an assortment of texts that I'm going to show you in a second. He routinely escalates the situation with the young girls to something sexual. She's one of them say, excited to see how your hair turns out and your progress of you working out. Then he sends a picture of himself shirtless. I'm pretty sure his dick is in this picture, by the way. I obviously don't have the original picture, but I'm pretty sure this is him looking at the camera with his dick out. And then he throws his pants on or something, and then he takes his one. Another one of him in the mirror, shirtless. Look at that fucking picture, man. Oh, there we go. Yo, everybody, check this out. Do I look like Romeo? You guys are not watching on YouTube, by the way. I do have a YouTube account. You can head over to youtube.com/@thebadtakespod. But if you want to be super awesome and super cool, there's also something you can do that's so amazing and so awesome. You can head over to badtakestv.com and become a member. Get early access content, watch-alongs, all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just the best place ever. You can interact. You can leave comments on videos. You can download podcasts. Right now, you can get a 7-day free trial at badtakestv.com. 7-day free trial. If you don't like it, you don't have to continue. You can literally go on, absorb as much content as you want. And if you don't like what we got on there, you can bounce. That's all I got to say. She responds and says, holy fuck. He says, what you think? Smiley face. And your hair looks so fucking good. I'm shook. Working on it. Thank you. Bro, I literally just realized I'm fucking self-molesting right now. I'm doing the voices in my own room, my own house, by myself. I don't think anybody's here. If someone were to come in right now or hear me, I'm literally molesting myself. I'm self-molesting. Are you even real? And then he sends a picture of himself holding his you can see that right there, his tiny little wiener. And he says, don't show that to anyone. I'm not showing anyone these pictures. My eyes only. Then tell me how you try and be slutty. What? Haha, I'm better at showing than telling. This level of conversation and sexual escalation would continue for weeks on Romeo's behalf. There are some extra ones. Love that. Love my balls massaged and sucked on. Love my asshole licked. And my favorite is deep throat. Drunk girls always deep throat further. Haha. So funny. I'm sure you can and will one day. But I'll like hearing. See, if it was me, I'd probably get you a little drunk first. Dude. Fucking God, you are actually fucking sick. Drunk girls deep throat more than anybody else. I'm gonna get you drunk, 15-year-old girl, and when we're gonna hook up. I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm gonna do a little bit of spoiler. He doesn't go to jail. Yeah, he doesn't fucking go to jail, dude. And then he says this. Yup, I'd have a shot waiting for you when you got here. Take another shot and then go for round 2, haha. By the time you leave, you'll have a tummy full of cum and alcohol, haha. I bet you get super slutty when you're drunk. Just imagine I don't even want to say this out loud. Just imagine like you can see through a stomach, and just imagine like alcohol and cum swishing around, even though that's actually not how it works at all. But just imagine it like swishing around cum and alcohol. How cool is that from Romeo Lacoste? Don't you want to go to Romeo Lacoste's house and leave with a tummy full of cum and alcohol? True. I'm like the final stage on a video game. I guess the real test will be with me. There's Big, then there's Romeo Big. I make most guys in porn look small. That's what you don't want to hear, dude. That's when you know your penis is small. When you have to be like, yeah, there's Big, and then there's Doron Big. There's small, and then there's Doron small. I'm on a whole different level, baby. I've only ever had one girl deep throat me like nothing, and two that got all the way down but struggled. Everyone else could barely get past halfway. You're not down to do it sooner? Or you want to wait till you're 18? I'm down to do it sooner. Just didn't know if you wanted me to wait until I was 18. I love this voice. It's like I'm like fucking regressing backwards. If you had to wait that long, you'd still be down? You don't think you'd be over it by then? Or tired of waiting? I don't know what it was about the 2016, like the 2014 to 2017 range, where you would end every text with a lol or a haha, or you would send ha 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 in a separate message. I don't know what the fuck I don't know why people did that. But keep everything we talk about between me and you, please. I haven't told anyone that I trust. Please, I haven't told anyone that, and I trust you, so don't repeat anything we talk about. So if I told you like what? So if I told you like pretty soon to come over, how would you get here, and how long could you stay? Our parents wouldn't care? A couple of hours, like 4 or 5, probably more. That's pretty good. Not bad. We can definitely get a lot done and have some fun. Yeah, awesome, Romeo Lacoste. Can you invite me over? I'm going to come too. I'm going to fuck your face. On the 16th of March, 2019, Doron came over and fucked Romeo Lacoste's mouth. On the 16th of March, 2019, in the comments below Yellow Star's post, Twitter user Ultra Honey would start a thread detailing everything he did to her during their relationship, which has started when she was 14 and he was 19. These are long screenshots of a notes app. I'm going to read this. Yeah. This was done on March 16th, 2019 at 9:43 a.m. I'm disgusted by these screenshots, but not that sounds like a gay voice. I'm disgusted by these screenshots, but not at all surprised. Romeo Lacoste has always been a pedophile. He was my first Okay, I feel like me doing a voice like this for something this serious doesn't fit, so I'm just going to do a normal voice. He was my first long-term boyfriend. We dated for 2+ years when I was 14 to 17, and he was 19 to 22. This was back in Jacksonville, Florida. It was fucking awful, and I didn't date again for 3 to 4 years following that experience. Some things to note. Our first date ended with us in his shitty Volvo in the parking lot at the park. We were kissing, and he put his hands down my pants and covered my mouth when I screamed. He said, "It's okay," but we were gonna get caught. He was extremely manipulative and mentally/emotionally draining. He took advantage of our age difference, used guilt to coerce me into doing things I didn't want to do. He even moved in with me at one point because he convinced me that he had no other option. He lived in my room, rent-free for months, and during this time, he got his apprenticeship, the one he completed before moving to California. I spent a lot of time at that shop. It's where, spelled like I'm wearing a shirt, where he got 2 tattoos of me. One was a realistic black and white portrait of my face on his right bicep. He later covered it with an anatomical heart. After we broke up, he got a full body pinup of me on the back of his leg, quote, because I was an important part of his life that he didn't want to forget. Dating a 14-year-old from when she was 14 to 17. When he wasn't living in my room, he would drive an hour across town almost every night to sneak in and have sex with me. I was not a virgin when we met, and he had become heavily fixated on that. We argued almost every day because of it. I remember one day he wouldn't stop texting me and asking about the dick sizes of the other. That's the worst thing you could do. If you're in a relationship, why would you want to hear about another guy's dick? Oh, what's his dick? Most of the time it's going to be like, yeah, his dick was better than you. Why the fuck would you ever want to hear shit like that? Like, oh my God. Unless you're like Romeo Lacoste and you are fucking retarded. He wouldn't stop texting me, asking me about the dick sizes of the other boys I'd been with, and acted like I'd severely betrayed him when I finally told him he wasn't the biggest. Well, I guess there's big and then there's Romeo big, but I guess Romeo big is small. He then took up dick stretching exercises to make his dick bigger, like jelking. If though I told him it was starting to hurt me. He was so obsessed with my sexual history that he was harassing me over it for hours at a time and days on end. He was so obsessed with my sexual history that he was harassing me over it for hours at a time and days on end. I felt like I was going to lose my mind. I asked him one night, after he had been guilting and shaming and blaming me for around 4 hours, if the only way to make him feel happy was if I built a time machine so I could be a virgin for him. He said yes. This guy's probably so fucking retarded that he thinks time machines actually exist. Time machine? Yeah, build one. This was towards the end of our relationship, and I was so fucking done with this bullshit. I don't even remember my response. He shit-talked all of my friends, trying to convince me that they were losers and how I shouldn't waste my time with them. I'm still friends with all of them to this day. He wouldn't let me hang out with my guy friends, and he would always accuse me of sleeping with them when he'd see that I was with them. We always hung out in co-ed groups, just looking for ways to pass the time. All of my friends hated him, and it was so bad that I wouldn't let him come to my 17th birthday party. He would have ruined it. Jesus Christ, this is so sad. He was also straight edge and would get so angry with me every time he smelled smoke on me. The guy who said, I'm going to fill your tummy full of cum and vodka is straight edge. It was so stressful that I just stopped smoking weed and cigarettes with my friends for about a year. Then he was stressing me out so much I picked it back up. Lamau. I guess he's changed his views on that, since he tries to get little girls drunk now. I think that was the only part of those screenshots I found surprising. Fucking loser. I told him about something that had happened with Davy Vanity that left me with heavy trauma around oral sex. So I guess that's one of her exes. He said he believed me for a while, but got impatient and started accusing me of using it as an excuse to avoid giving him head. He made me do it for him and called it therapy. I cried a lot. God damn. When we first started dating, he masturbated a lot. He told me it was probably around 8 times a day. That weirded me out, so I asked him if he could not do that so much. Then he wanted to have sex constantly. He made me get on birth control. Then he told my parents that he got me on birth control at my little sister's 11th birthday. Oh my fucking God. Happy 11th birthday. Hey, by the way, Mrs. Shranken, I got your daughter on birth control. Happy birthday. I'm going to fill her full of cum and vodka. Cum and alcohol and cum. He would do weird shit like lick my feet, which I hated. And at one time, he peed on me in the shower, which made me really upset because I told him repeatedly that I didn't want him to. He always said how in love with me he was and would talk about us getting married from the time I was 15. He got angry when I told him I would want tattoos from other artists when I finally got some. That must hurt the most. That must hurt him the most. Oh, you want tattoos from another tattoo artist? Oh my God. He got angry when I told him I would want tattoos from other artists when I finally got some because he was bad, which I obviously didn't say to him, but let's be real. He used to have a Jesus chest piece. That's just one single note. There was more, but honestly, I think I've tried to block out a lot of the details. There was more, but honestly, I think I've tried to block a lot of the details out because this was not a good time in my life. And I honestly feel ashamed / regretful that it happened at all and went on for so long. I've done my best to ignore his social media presence because A, it's obnoxious, cringy, and desperate, and B, I just don't like the reminder. But to see that he's been targeting young girls ever since I cut him off is just fucking despicable. Fuck Romeo Lacoste. He's not even good. And then obviously he deleted his account. Both accounts propelled the seriousness of the accusations until eventually commentators would begin to investigate this, and the infamously popular Keemstar would start to interview both the victims and the perpetrator, taking this all to the wider internet. As any guiltless man would, Romeo deleted his account and agreed to the interview despite the overwhelmingly convincing evidence against him. Below is an excerpt from the interview with Keemstar where he had this to say in response to the allegations. Quote from Keemstar: "There is a part where you say, 'Are you willing to do it before you turn 18?' Romeo Lacoste says, 'Yes, let me address that so that I'm not going to deny that was real.'" Yes, let me address that so that I'm not going to deny that was real. Jesus fucking Christ. In this interview with Keemstar, Romeo would accuse him of being an asshole for reporting this and not being neutral. Then he would thank him for the tattoo credit. Keemstar would question why he didn't just explain the situation so that most people could understand it instead of deleting his account if he was so innocent. His only response was that he simply couldn't because he got blown up by so many hateful messages. Quote, "Hello. First I want to, dude, I was just watching your video. You're such an asshole, bro. You're supposed to be a neutral kind of guy. I do appreciate you giving me credit for being such a boss ass tattoo artist and tattooing everyone and being involved in the circle, so that's kind of cool. First of all, I deleted my Twitter because of the immense amount of hate I was getting. Most people didn't know the full situation." End quote. Fortunately for everyone, he does go on to explain the situation and why he is so innocent. You see, it was simply that he was so new to fame and confused and didn't know what he was doing. While the overwhelming number of underage girl fans continued to throw themselves at him. He said, quote, "Here's the big loop about it. Here's the big sort of like fabrication, smoke and mirrors that everyone is not getting to see. You know, a lot of these girls..." Let me backtrack here. This was back in 2016, like 3 years ago. I was in a different time of my life. I was new to social media. I was new to fame. I was new to people giving me attention and sort of girls being flirty and throwing themselves at me. In actuality, they came on to me first. I had no idea they were that young. Dude, she came on to me first. Shut the fuck up, moron. End quote, by the way. Immediately after starting at the start of the interview that he did in fact send messages to girls below the age of consent, he would claim that he had no idea about their ages. He has and did, however, say otherwise, previously seen. So he sends her a like a, I don't even know what this emoji would be named. It's like this one where he's like, and the fan responds, says, "Oh." He says, "You're cute." She says, "Oh, thank you. You cute too." "Do it. We can hang out." "I will. It'll be before something year 2, which is something." He said, "Good. Do it. How old are you?" "I will. 16 almost." "Nice. Your mom wouldn't let you hang out with a boy alone, haha." "Yes. I mean, yeah, she would, lol. She doesn't care." "Really? That's crazy. She doesn't care if you hook up with an older guy?" "Yeah, I know, lol. And well, she, something, I don't know, wouldn't, lol, or something." And he's like, "You've never done anything before with any guy?" This solid defense was immediately followed up with this quote by Romeo Lacoste. He said, "I'm not ashamed for some of the sexual things that I'm into and the things that I said in the videos and in the comments. It's all good fun for people to make fun of." What the fuck? It's all good. People make fun of it. Come on. It's all good fun. It's all good and fun for people to make fun of and be all, "Oh, you might be part gay and this and that. Like all these different gay celebrities hitting me up now." End quote. Keemstar says, Now they are the girls coming out saying they were 15 or 14 at the time. Romeo says, "Look, I'm not trying to throw people under the bus, and I'm very well respected in the community. I've tattooed every YouTuber from across the fucking map, all the way to, Kodak Black. I am literally the most careful person to give girls the utmost respect." Keemstar would now bring up the allegations from Ultra Honey, asking if he can confirm or deny that they did date and what Romeo's thoughts on the accusations against him were. Keemstar says, "Another girl came out and says that she's known you all the way back from the MySpace days." Well, MySpace. I wasn't even alive at MySpace, I don't think. "When you were an adult and dated younger girls, including her." He says, "I think she might have been like 15. This is extreme. She might have been 15, but I remember her more like 17. I dated her for about 3 years." No matter, 15, 17, no matter what, illegal. Also, you're dating a girl, you don't know how old she is. I remember her 15. No, that's exaggerating. 15 or 17. Keemstar says, she says you peed on her. I don't remember that. And it traumatized her. Really? It traumatized her? Okay. I don't remember that. And then he starts to he seems like fucking offended. Really? It traumatized her? Really? It traumatized her? I'm admitting that some of that stuff, yes, it's real. But I feel like a lot of it's been fabricated, photoshopped, and twisted to make it look like they're not flirting with me. They didn't reach out to me, and that I'm just sort of this person going after all these girls, when in reality, that's the furthest from the truth. I personally feel like I did my best. Did your best to what? I did my best. I thought that I was educated by the situation. I feel I wasn't fully aware of the situation. Okay, what part has been cut out of the conversation you feel people should know? Them flirting with me, them telling me that they are of age or close to of age. It's all nothing but a trap. It's a trap if they are underage, which appears a lot of these girls were. And then he does a long silence and a deep sigh. He does one of these. Here's a tweet from Lilu Voss. At Keemstar, ask Romeo about how he is into DDLG relationships. Daddy, Dom, little girl, by the way. That's what that is. He's been like this since he lived in San Diego. We've all got stories. He's been trying to pick up underage girls since MySpace days. I was one of them, and I know girls who have dated him. Crazy. That is fucking daddy, Dom, little girl. Romeo says, I don't think that people should be condemned and made to feel bad for their sexual preferences. Some people like the bondage shit, the role playing, the cosplaying. If I'm into some freaky shit, I should be able to be into freaky shit. Are you into kids though? According to Romeo, and a combination of his innocent but well-meaning ignorance of social media at the time, and the callous cruelty of manipulative 15-year-olds, manipulative 15-year-old girls led to this situation occurring. He would then, a few days after the interview released, and he would delete all his accounts, disappearing to Mexico for a sudden holiday. Here's a picture of him on holiday. Look at that. There is Romeo Lacoste hanging out, getting a massage from a big guy. I don't know what that is. Eventually, things seem to quiet down for Romeo, and he would make a slow return to the internet and start to post again on his social media and channel, with his crimes being mostly forgotten by and large. Sorry, okay, what the fuck did I say here? Oh, with his crimes being mostly forgotten by the large masses. That was until a girl by the name of Mira, whose account on Twitter is now suspended, came forward on Keemstar's show with videos and evidence that Romeo had been contacting her while she was underage. She even went as far as providing video evidence of Romeo on a FaceTime call with her. He was showing off his tattooed dick. This is her profile. It doesn't exist anymore, but here we go. So here are some screenshots of the thing. Apparently, so this is his dick right here. Keemstar is obviously wanting to put it in his mouth. His mouth is open. So this is her on FaceTime. And then he shows his dick, and then he shows his face. Actually fucking retarded. Quickly, other screenshots would arise of Romeo contacting minors and soliciting children for their Snapchat under the premise of exclusively talking to them, but needing it to be subtle so that they could not be caught. His previous girlfriend, Gigi, of 3 years, would also have old tweets surface from 2016, the same time as the previous crimes were occurring, stating he slid into her DMs a mere 3 days before her 18th birthday. And here's a tweet from her. Throwback to when my boyfriend slid in my DMs 3 days before I turned 18. Laughing my fucking ass off. And then it's Romeo Lacoste. He says, hello. And this is them hanging out. Hey, 1 year with him. 1 year with Romeo Lacoste. Who look at that. That's fucking awesome. Hearing more messages. One of them says, just got broken up with. Aw, why? What happened? Do you have Snap? Tell me on Snap. At Romeo Lacoste. Okay, I'll add you now. What's yours? So this is Mira here, by the way. And then he says, I was texting you on here. I called. I'm busy, working. Maybe another night. We have to be good. We have to be good. I know, okay? I told you I wasn't going to tell anyone. This is what I mean when I say you're acting so bold one night, and then you say you're paranoid the next. It's hard for me to trust people. I trust you, but we have to be good for now. And then when you're 18, we don't have to hold back. It's just kind of confusing, Romeo. Like, just a few hours ago, you didn't care about my age when you asked me to send you stuff. This isn't gonna go anywhere. No one is gonna know. Text me on Snap. Text me on Snap, you moron. What are you doing? Very shortly after this, stream of new evidence arose, and Keemstar published his interview with Mira. Romeo would have his legal team contact Keemstar's with the intent of suing him for slander against his name, intending to have him remove everything online. Keemstar doubled down and kept everything online, going as far as to encourage Romeo to continue. With the odds in the favor of Keemstar, Romeo doubled down and filed a federal court lawsuit against him with a $3.5 million price hinged on it, calculating that as the damages caused by Keemstar's comments on the issue. He also sought an injunctive release, a legal proceeding which restrains a party from doing certain acts or requires a party to act in a certain way. He effectively sought to silence Keemstar with legal power and prevent him from further outing him. Here is the cease and desist. By the way, this is public knowledge. We can read through this. Dear Mr. Keem, our firm represents Nico Romeo Lacoste. To protect his interests in this matter, it has come to our attention that you, Daniel Keemstar Keem, have posted on your network Drama Alert through platforms including but not limited to Twitter and YouTube, videos and posts targeting my client with the overt intention of making sure that Romeo's career is finished. The videos share a slanted and carefully curated version of events that do not fully express the truth, but rather is designed to stir up drama, irrespective of the truth and the damage your video can cause. We respectfully demand that your network remove the videos and post, and that no similar postings of this misleading content can be allowed on your network. The videos claims are slanderous, being skewed in a light designed to damage Mr. Lacoste's career, and have already had a monetary impact upon his businesses. Mr. Lacoste is a public figure, and continued publication of these videos and posts will be considered malicious in nature, for which we will seek both compensatory and punitive damages. Respectfully, and then signed. There's some more here. Request for relief. So this is just right here. It says, as to the first and second causes of action for compensatory damages, including general and special damages, according to proof in the amount of $3.5 million. As to the first and second causes of action, temporary injunctive relief pending this litigate. You guys can read this if you want. You can hit a pause if you're on YouTube and read this along. If you do want to see pictures and screenshots and stuff like that, you can actually head over to YouTube, and I'm going to show these on screen next to my head. But if you just want to listen along, if you're working or something, then listen along. On the 17th of February 2021, Keemstar would upload a TikTok video of himself crossing out Romeo Lacoste's name and filling in Keemstar. Eventually, Keem would get Romeo to pay for his attorney funds and take his YouTube play button as compensation. However, nothing much else has come from this case. After all of this occurred, Romeo still maintains activity online, receives income from clients at his tattoo parlor, ignorant or uncaring as to his previous crimes, and lives life seemingly free of repercussions. His account may be botted due to the likes and comments being like fucking whack. So this is a post. There we go. There's a post. He says, "Proud to be the cover of Tattoo Industry magazine with my shop at the California Dream." Full 20-page spread. Couldn't fit the full article. Excited for everything we've accomplished, and it's just the beginning. Make sure to pick up your copy and follow the shop for all new things we are working on. Romeo Lacoste is probably one of my least favorites, and it just more so has to do with the fact that he said he wants to get the girl drunk, right? There's going to be a shot waiting for her when she arrives to his house. And he wants to fill her up with he wants to fill her tummy up with cum and alcohol. He still posts regularly, by the way, on social media. I'm literally going to let you guys, I don't think I can show you, but so his account is at Romeo Lacoste still. It's still verified, by the way. And he still runs the fucking tattoo shop called the California Dream. He still runs it. Still makes posts. The most recent one, literally the most recent one when I'm recording, is 7 hours ago. There's another one by Romeo Lacoste said, "Why haven't you booked your tattoo yet?" And then he leaves a phone number there that you can book with or leave an email. And all the comments, literally all the comments. "Such a vibe. Vibes are up. I love your work and your tattoos." But it feels botted. I'm saying that because if you look at the fucking likes, it's really not like one scroll, two scroll, three scroll. 3 scrolls gets me to the very end of his like count, and there's literally one comment. And then this one from 4 days ago has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 comments, and probably less than 100 likes. But they're getting so many views. That's the thing that doesn't make sense. Like his last video was his last video has 31.4k views, but 1 comment and less than like 100 likes. So this guy literally is botting shit. It's fucking insane. And he's still able to fully run his fucking shop, which is it's just insane to me. He still has a YouTube account, which I am checking out right now. His YouTube account right now sits at 872,000 subscribers. His most recent video is 2 months ago with 694 views. Tattoo Roulette, Dexter Carr, and Romeo Lacoste. So he does his last 5 videos literally are, he's like, tattoo roulette, back on TV again, Destination LA season 2. So this guy is still, he's still fine, which is insane. His Instagram account, his personal Instagram account, sits just roughly at about 2 million followers. Right now it's at 1.9 million. His Instagram business account, which is the California Dream, has 555,000 followers. His YouTube channel, I already said that, with 266 videos and 872,000 subscribers. And he remade a Twitter, which at the time when I made this had 44.5 thousand followers. But let me check what it's at now, because it might have gained up, because he's been posting crazy. He's been so active. Romeo Lacoste, my favorite. Let's see what this guy's up to. Let's see. Oh, I can't find his Twitter anymore. Okay, well, maybe his Twitter's gone now. That's crazy. Wow, that's fucking crazy. Awesome. Well, that has been Romeo Lacoste. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed me rambling a little bit about Romeo Lacoste, and I hope you guys threw up in your mouth just a small amount from the filling your tummy full of vodka and cum. That's going to do it for this episode of the Bad Takes podcast. If you liked it, click that like button down below. Become a member at badtakescb.com. 7-day free trial. If you like it, continue. If you don't like it, you don't have to continue. Leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe if you like content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Take care.